to those suppliers out there selling these fentanyl-laced pills? What do you say to them?
I would like to believe that there's some sort of humanity in these people's hearts. Something. My gosh, you have no idea what you're doing to people just to make a stupid buck. Our lives are never ever going to be the same again. There's a huge piece of my heart that is gone. It will never come back until I go to the other side and I see my son again. And I believe that'll happen.
Last night, you met the Stewarts from Cedar Park. Their 19-year-old son, Cameron, passed away in March after an accidental overdose. His parents say he'd taken a fentanyl-laced Valium pill. They want you to know the agony his death has caused them. Cedar Park investigators say in the last 18 months, they've arrested close to 30 suppliers. As KXAN investigator Arzo Dos explains, this family is among a growing group coming together and pushing for change.
There's a stigma on addiction, and we need to take it away.
At a rally in downtown Austin in June, families, many impacted by fentanyl and opioids, raised awareness. The Association for People Against Lethal Drugs behind the call for action across the country.
We need to bring it in the light and talk about it openly. That's the way we defeat this.
Senator John Bell came from Virginia to talk about his son Joshua, who lived in Austin. He passed away 2.5 years ago.
My son died when he took Xanax and it was laced with fentanyl. He didn't know it.
Senator Bell is pushing for everyone to be able to use Narcan, which reverses a fentanyl overdose if administered quickly. Organizers of the rally gave out Narcan and even showed how it can be used.
In Virginia, we've put state funds into this. We've made sure every first responder, every law enforcement officer has training, and we have Narcan that we paid for. That $2.5 million it costs us to do that is a drop in the bucket.
In 2019, lawmakers passed a bill in Texas which created a grant program to equip officers with Narcan. But not all departments carry the life-saving drug. Austin police officers don't carry Narcan. But a spokesperson says the department is in the process of finalizing Narcan training for officers so they can carry and use it to save someone from an overdose.
If you have a loved one who has diabetes, no one thinks twice about having the emergency treatments on hand for a diabetes episode. We shouldn't think that about drug overdose either.
In Cedar Park, narcotics investigators are going after dealers. They say in the past 18 months, they've noticed an uptick in overdoses that include counterfeit pills laced with fentanyl. It's why officers carry Narcan and have since 2018. They're now also responding differently to overdose calls.
We've changed the way we've done things in cases where, you know, our CID, homicide, Austin homicide, any detective responds to a scene of a death, especially when there's no trauma, there's no medical conditions. Generally, we're called out, or the narcotics units of that agency are called out to investigate it for the possibility of it being an overdose.
Senator Bell says over the past decade, his state has invested over $20 million for Narcan training and making it widely available. He says lives are being saved, and data from the Virginia Department of Health shows opioid overdose deaths stayed fairly steady in recent years, suggesting the program may be working since numbers weren't really going up much. However, last year during the pandemic, there was a sharp increase in those deaths in Virginia and nationwide. In fact, the CDC says 2020 was the deadliest year on record for drug overdoses in the U.S. Experts cite the pandemic as a reason for that spike, as Americans experienced extreme grief, trauma, economic, and social challenges. But experts do believe those deaths may decline as the country moves out of the pandemic. Here in Texas, this past legislative session, the focus was on stiffer sentences. Governor Greg Abbott signed a bill to increase the criminal penalties for the people manufacturing or selling fentanyl. The punishment will start as a third-degree felony, making it one of the toughest drug laws in Texas. It goes into effect September 1st. At the Capitol, Arzo Dost, back to you.
Arzo, thanks so much. Well, we take a closer look at the spike in fentanyl cases in Texas in this story in the investigative section of KXAN.com. That's there right now. Live